I spent $10,000 on horrible business and marketing advice, and I'm going to give it to you for free so that you don't do that. So, a few years ago, I was getting my B2B like advisory, like fractional advisory firm off the ground, and I was like, okay, well, what advice would I give to myself is like always hire an advisor or a guide, a coach, mentor, consultant to kind of give you an objective point of view. So I was like, okay, I'd found a company that I won't name that was very reputable, that had supposedly hundreds of success stories, that had been in the game for a while. And I said, hey, here's sort of my situation. I'm working full time. I was working full time as a head of marketing for a mid-sized company, like a large company, right? And I was like, I don't have time to really do a lot of the grunt work that a lot of people would do when they're starting their business, which might be like sending DMs manually. It might be cold emailing people. It might be going to networking events. It might be trying to do joint ventures or talk to all your friends and see if they know anybody, right? I'm like, look, I don't have that time. I literally have like maybe 30 minutes a day, maybe, right? At best, maybe an hour at best, right? And my weekends. So I'll work on the weekends. And they're like, totally, that's totally fine. We have a whole process to fully automate all that stuff, and it's going to be super easy, and you won't have to do any of that grunt work. And I'm like, cool. What I don't want to do is I don't want to be given the advice to DM people, and I don't want to be given the advice to post content. Because if you give me that advice, I'm going to lose my shit. Right? They're like, definitely, we totally won't do that. Spent that $10,000, and they're like, cool, so this is what we were going to do. You're going to DM 25 people a day, and you're going to start posting content on Facebook. And I said, this is literally what I asked for you to not do. And they're like, oh, but it's different because whatever, spin, right? And I was very frustrated with that advice because I already know that posting content and DMing strangers and building your network up will generate you more business. My challenge was I didn't have 4 hours a day to grind through that. I didn't even have a system or processes. And I was really mad that I specifically asked for not that. And that was the solution I was given. It was very frustrating. So, what I ended up doing to resolve that is I actually built an automation process. That's actually what my business mostly does now, is build LinkedIn outreach and email outreach systems that automate this so that I could run it in 10 minutes a day. And I did it in spite, not because of that company. And it worked out really great, right? Had I not spent that $10,000 and gotten that horrible advice, I wouldn't have been driven to have to come up with a solution myself. And then now we're selling that solution to other people who have bought horrible advice from other people as well. So why am I telling you this? I know I stress the importance of getting support and like investing in advisory services or companies who can help you, outsource what you're doing and multiply your efforts. But if you're looking at coaching programs, get a specifics as to what you're going to get, and just be careful. I know I asked the same questions. I did end up getting a refund for that service, but making sure you are careful about where you're investing your resources and that it actually aligns with your goals. If you're somebody who has more time than money and you've never done any of those activities, I'm sure that might be a great investment. If you're somebody who's been in the industry a while and you're like, I don't want to do that, I'm looking for another solution, well, make sure you're super clear about that as well. So hopefully you don't make that mistake. Have you ever bought a very shitty marketing or coaching program and it ended up like very, very like pissing you off, maybe off-putting you to it? Let me know. I'd love to hear your story. We'll make a little cohort. We'll make an alliance. It'll be great. All right. Thanks. Bye.